What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number? I asked you a question.
Hey guys, good morning. I promised you a Friday morning editorial. I'm going to give you a Friday morning editorial. Now, I read through this a couple of times, but it is Friday. I haven't had my coffee. I'm a little tired and I'm battling a cold, and so this might be a little rough waters here. Just hang with me. It's bad. But, this reminds me too, this officer's going to be fired, or he got fired. And, but he might get rehired somewhere else in another department. We never know. Texas does that all the time. Somebody beats on someone and gets terminated, they end up a cop in another city. So you never know. The only one that I know did not get rehired, Stacy Kuntz. Remember him, LAPD, Rodney King? He was recently, I saw him on YouTube on a paparazzi video driving a limo. Loser. But Stacy Kuntz, LAPD, never got rehired. But here in Anaheim, California, this happened last year, but now they've finished their investigation and they've taken action against the two officers that were involved in this. And I just want to get your guys' thoughts on this. I will put a link to this full story in the description box below. You can go read it. It's rather lengthy. I don't have linked. I have a couple of minutes here, as always. But I'm going to go through it real quick. Orange County prosecutors Wednesday released dramatic video showing two Anaheim police officers firing 76 shots at a suspect during a high-speed pursuit on a Saturday morning where they had residents and children playing in the streets and at home. And it was just, come on now. No, to protect and serve? No, to pursue and shoot. So the district attorney's office called this alarming and irresponsible. Now, one of the officers has been fired. The other faces potential internal discipline. Eliuth Penolosa Nava, 50, was struck by at least 9 bullets and died at the hospital later. Orange County District Attorney Todd Spitzer's office on Wednesday released videos of the incident and a letter analyzing the deadly shooting. Prosecutors, while finding that the officers ultimately acted legally because of the threat they feared for their lives, what they believed to be a real gun in the hands of a man high on narcotics, took the unusual step of questioning the officers' behavior. They call it unusual that they question the officers. The report from the attorney's office, Todd Spitzer's office, is quoted as the fact that the two involved officers discharged their weapons 76 times from a moving patrol car at Nava's moving car at approximately 9:30 a.m. on a Saturday morning in a residential neighborhood where residents, including children, were home and on the streets was alarming and irresponsible based on the totality of all the circumstances in this specific case. Deputy District Attorney Scott Woolridge wrote, quote, "The conclusion that all of the available evidence is insufficient to warrant the filing of criminal charges against these two officers should not in any way diminish the fact that this office is alarmed by this conduct." Now, Officer Kevin Pedersen, the driver of the police cruiser during the pursuit, was terminated as a probationary officer. And the officer Sean Staymates, a 10-year veteran, faces potential discipline and remains on administrative leave or paid vacation, according to Anaheim Police Chief Jorge Cisneros. Now, of course, the veteran, the 10-year veteran has, tenure, has tenure, so of course he gets to stay on. The probationary officer was on probation. See ya. But if you have tenure, you can stay, and so the 10-year veteran, he gets to continue being a cop. Moving on, I'm not going to go through this whole thing for time's sake, but you can read it. The 6-minute video described by Cisneros is disturbing and difficult to watch, shows officers firing a handgun and rifle repeatedly during the pursuit through a busy area of Anaheim, July 21st, 2018. It was a summer morning on Saturday, so kids were out there playing and whatnot. But the deadly incident unfolded after Nava's brother called police about 9:30 a.m. and reported the man had ingested an unknown drug, which later they found was, through a test, amphetamines and methamphetamines, was hallucinating and armed with a knife and a gun and inside his Chevy truck, according to prosecutors. About 15 minutes later, Staymates and Pedersen responded to the home in a residential area and attempted to block Nava's truck. Nava saw them and drove towards the officers, ending up alongside them, prosecutors said. When the officers got out of their car with guns drawn and ordered Nava out of the truck, he ignored them and sped away, according to the report. As the pursuit began, Staymates declared, "Give us some distance," according to the video, but Pedersen replied, "I'm going to ram him." Yeah, he's the probationary, full of piss and vinegar, and fired a series of gunshots at the truck. "I'm going to ram him." Bang, 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 bang. Ram him with what, bullets? Pedersen told Staymates to start shooting with his rifle. The probationary told the veteran that. Pedersen is seen on video firing at Nava's pickup truck, reloading his handgun several times, and firing through the police car's windshield and driver's side window while driving. We can't even use our cell phone while driving. We'll get cited. One of the officers can be heard saying in the video, "Suspect is hit. We know he's bleeding." Staymates says, "I think I hit his head." Now I'm going to just scroll down here. When they finally get done and they walk towards the pickup truck firing rapidly like they're in the Wild Wild West, freaking the Earps. Nava's body comes into view, and one of the officers says, "All right, he's done. He's done." Pedersen then fires 3 more shots before the gunfire ends. That's, I guess, to make sure he's really done. Let's make sure. Pedersen is seen removing Nava from the truck and kicking away an object. Nava died at a hospital a short time after his chase. It says kicking away an object. It doesn't say if it was the knife or if it was the gun. The report noted that Nava's gun was a CO2-powered air pistol, similar in appearance to an authentic 9mm Luger. Some of you Second Amendment audit guys will know what all that is. I do. I know what a Luger pistol is. My father had one. I think he had a couple of them. I know he had at least one. 5 witnesses told investigators they believe Nava had a handgun, and 2 of them said he shot 3 rounds. Pedersen was determined to have fired his weapon 64 times, and Staymates, the veteran, fired 12 shots with his rifle. The Orange County District Attorney's Office concluded in its investigation that a jury would justly conclude it was reasonable for the officers to think that their lives and those of others were in danger during the incident. Now, this is a tough call here. I mean, this is really a tough call. I'm kind of being hard on the officers here, but the guy was on amphetamines and methamphetamines. He had a pistol, which could have been a 9mm Luger. You never know, they say. And they do. Some of those airsoft pistols, especially the CO2 ones, versus the ones you just pump up. But then there's ones you put a CO2 cartridge in. They look like firearms. They look like guns. And you just don't point a gun at a cop. But driving downtown, doing your thing with your gun, driving with your knees, and however he was trying to do it, and firing out the window, and there's kids out, and I don't know. It's just, I want to get your guys' thoughts on this in the comment section below. This is a tough call, but I do disagree with the officer's actions. That's why LAPD has the policy where they follow. You see a lot of long LAPD pursuits. That's because they just follow. They're not going to get involved in this anymore. They're not going to get embroiled into some newsworthy story where people get shot on the street, or something like Hugo, Oklahoma, the Texas-Oklahoma border, where they had 3 kids get shot in a vehicle, and they were innocent. Good job, cops. So I want to know what you guys think. Have a great weekend. It's Friday, News Now Yucaipa. I got to go get my stuff done, and I will talk to you guys later.